guys, I'm Michelle from Weekend Craft and I'm so excited to be here today. If you don't know me, I'm the content creator behind Weekend Craft. And at Weekend Craft, we are helping you craft a home you love. That's everything from DIY, home decor, crafts, to even kitchen renovations. So I encourage you after this session to head on over to weekendcraft.com, check it out, and also follow me over on Instagram. So today I'm teaching how to use your photos in Sublimation. I think we're probably all guilty of having a full camera roll on our phones, but what are we doing with them? Today we're gonna go through, find our favorite photos, and we're gonna make some sublimation crafts. We've all seen sublimation or photo gifts over on, like a CVS.com or a Shutterfly. And you guys, if you're doing same day pickup in the store, all they're using is a sublimation printer and a heat press. So let's cut out the middleman. We have our sublimation printers at home. Let's make them ourselves. So let me walk you through some of the equipment that I'm going to be using today. So this printer is the Epson 2720. Now, this isn't a sublimation printer. This is actually an EcoTank printer that I converted to sublimation myself. It sounds really intimidating, but it's actually pretty easy. I'll put the link below on how I turned this Epson regular at-home inkjet printer into a sublimation printer. So I'm using this for all of the projects today. And then I will be using this A-Sub sublimation paper. This is my favorite paper. I always get the 125 grams. I think it's grams. I get the 125G. To make our photo mug, I'll be using the Cricut mug press. There's a bunch of different mug presses on the market. This is the one that I have, but any mug press that you have should work. For all these projects, you're gonna want some sort of heat resistant mat. This is the Easy Press mat from Cricut. And for all the projects, we're also going to either need parchment paper or butcher paper. Now, you can get butcher paper from like Cricut or other retailers, but your kitchen parchment paper works just as well. So here's some great ideas of what you can make with photo sublimation. We have our puzzle, our mug. I've made some magnets for my refrigerator, and this here is going to go on a keychain. So here is the photo mug that we're going to be making. I found this adorable photo of my nieces and nephews on my phone, and I knew it was the perfect gift for my mom. So I'm gonna show you how to make this, but it's absolutely adorable. The colors here are pretty accurate. It was like a gloomy fall day, but it's so cute. And I love that it's a full wrap picture around the mug, so wherever you're holding it or drinking, you can see one of the kids. We're gonna open up Design Space and click New Project, and then we are actually going to grab a template. So I went to Projects, and I'm typing in Cricut Mug Setup. This will find a template for our mug. I'm using a 15-ounce mug. So I'm selecting this mug design setup, and you'll see here you can select your finished size. So we're using a large straight edge 15-ounce mug blank. So that's the second one down. And you'll see that there are some instructions here, and we are going to send it to our mat. So you'll see a couple layers here. It shows you where on the mug it falls, and then it also shows you a place to design. So we are going to turn everything off except for the large mug wrap layer. And so now we are going to upload the photo that we want to put on the mug. So I'm going to select it here from my desktop. I'm going to click Complex Image and apply to continue. I'm going to select it as a print then cut and click upload. If this takes a few minutes, it's probably because your picture is large. So we're going to select the image and apply it or add it to our canvas. And then we are going to put this image below our mug wrap so we can see the mug wrap outline. So I'm going to size how I want this to look on the mug. And I'm using that as a guide to where the image will crop. So I'm getting it into a position that I like. Right there looks good to me. And now I'm going to select the square shape over here, and I'm going to turn the lock off. And what we're going to do is we're going to draw or make this rectangle the size of our image on that wrap, since we're just using this to print and not to cut. So we're going to turn off the background, and then we're going to select our rectangle and our photo. And then we're going to use the slice tool on the bottom right here. And what this will do is slice out our photo. So we'll turn off those two other layers, and now we have a perfectly sized photo for our mug wrap. So we're going to go ahead and click Make It. Then we're going to do the Print Then Cut. So we're going to select Mirror. We always want to make sure Mirror is on. I'm going to click Continue, and then we're going to send it to our printer. We're going to select the 2720 and our system dialog box. And then remember that it may show up behind your Cricut design space. So I'm putting the quality to best and putting it on photo paper. And I'm sending it to print. We have our picture printed on sublimation paper. So now I am just going to cut it inside here, right on the edge. I am using my paper trimmer to do this. I'm doing this so I can get a straight line. There we go. Now that we're ready to make a mug, I have this 2-pack of Cricut 15-ounce mugs. So this is the mug here. It is a straight wall mug. I have a lint brush just to make sure there's no residue on our mug, some heat resistant tape, and then that photo that we cut down to size. So we just want to make sure that there is nothing on this mug. So this will ensure there's no like lint or hair or anything like that. Okay, so we are going to place our print onto our mug. I can just eyeball it to get it even. That looks good to me. And then I'm adding my heat resistant tape. So I'm going to put it on one side first. And then you want to make sure that you're pulling it tight so you have no gaps, no little air pockets.
So I just have it taped here. I'm gonna add a tape a few more places just so it doesn't move. Okay, so I'm just gonna add another piece down here. And then just a couple pieces along the top here. Now it's ready to go in our mug press. So we are going to add some butcher paper on to our mug, and this is mainly to just protect our mug press from if any ink were to come off of the sublimation sheets. Now we're just going to insert this right into our mug press. Hold it by the handle. Make sure that you've got it centered, and you're going to put down side here, and now this is going to go for about 6 minutes. So you'll see the status bar up here. You can see that we've gone 3 dots. So when it gets to the end and beeps, you're done, and then you'll release the handle. Okay, so now it's done. We're gonna lift up our handle here, and then do not touch your mug, only touch the handle. It is going to be extremely hot. You don't want to handle it now. You want to wait till it cools down. It's also a good idea if you have like an UV glove or anything, you can use that as well. And I'm gonna turn my mug press off. So I've let this cool for about 15 minutes. It's still warm, but I can touch it. So I'm taking the parchment off. And now I'm gonna go ahead and peel back some of this tape. And look, you have the whole family on your mug from whatever angle you're drinking at. So this is going to be for my mom as a gift, and she's gonna love it.
This was so much fun. I really enjoyed crafting with you today. Now, I hope you learned something and you gathered some inspiration to go home and, well, you're probably already at home, but to use the knowledge you've learned today to make some of your own photo sublimation crafts. These make great gifts, and even if you just want to make something for yourself. If you've liked crafting with me, I run a craft membership. So it's a monthly membership where we do a craft night live every month. We have an exclusive Facebook group where you have direct access to ask me questions. And then I also release 8 to 10 SVG files, which are cut files you can use with your Cricut or Silhouette. And I encourage you guys to go over on Instagram or Facebook or TikTok, find me. I am Weekend Craft. Send me a DM that you watched this camp, and let's start crafting together. Over there, I'm making everything from crafts to Cricut projects to recipes, and to DIY and home inspiration. So I'd love to see you over on some of my social media channels. I've had a great time and I can't wait to see what you guys have made. Feel free to send me a message and show me your creations.